wife is totally addicted to them. First of all, I'm not a big reality television show fan. I don't really like the format. I'm more of a History Channel guy, documentary and sitcom guy. But I don't think it's bad. I mean, the producers are doing their job. They're creating scripted. Well, they're not creating. They're using situations to create scripted events, and that's entertaining to the public because the drama's there and the characters are the people and stuff. And I get the whole thing. And my wife just totally loves it. I tried to explain to her that it's not real. Like reality TV isn't really real. Like it is, but it isn't. Like the things are happening, but the way they edit it. A person could say something, and they cut away to the other person, and they're like rolling their eyes, but they really didn't do that in the moment that other person said these things. So but I think I don't watch it myself. I don't like totally despise it or whatever, but it's just not for me, man. But I don't think everybody thinks it's making Jersey look bad. That's what it's like. I'm sorry, there's a lot of good parts of Jersey, and there's a lot of good people. But I went down to the shore clubs and all that, some Jenkinsons and all in places, when I was younger, and all the dudes were, that weren't into the metalheads were like what they have on the show, and I have a lot of relatives in my, and stuff like that are these kids and stuff, and I love them, but it kind of is what it is, and it sucks they don't show the other side of Jersey, like everything's, but that's not very entertaining. So, I like the Jersey Shore thing. It's pretty entertaining, but I'm not a big fan of the format in general. I don't really watch it, But if I'm laying in bed with with my wife and the housewives are on or whatever, I do get sucked in a little bit. I'll be honest, but not for long. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Well, Nuclear Blast is obviously a large company. They have a really big staff of people that are doing all sorts of work there to promote you and things like that. So there's a whole team of people there to get your product out there, if you want to call it. That's what they call it. But there's product managers and this and that. But it's really music. It's everything that you're giving to the world. And they help you get it out there, and they do a great job of that. The difference is, you're kind of like you're in a bigger system. You're part of a bigger machine, and so it's a little, it can feel a little distant at times with a label. But so far the experience has been good. It's too early to tell how things work out like this, because of course the press reaction was great to Iconoclast, and the fan base at large really loves the record. Everyone's really psyched about it. And it's a tough economy right now, so sales are good, but they're not like blowing your socks off good. So it takes time for this band. We're not like the kind of band that just blows out the gate and have a hit single and all this other stuff to generate all these sales. So it's a different beast. This is a longer growing process. Nuclear Blast knows that. So we're still in the phases of growing the band over the next 10 years. That's our plan anyway, and we're in phase 1, and so far it's been great. I mean, the people here in America, and Gerard and Wanda, they're great. They are totally fun to work with, and it's really cool. So far the experience has been great. Inside Out was we birthed that label. I mean, we were the first thing he kind of had going at Thomas Weber, and we kind of went through the whole thing with him, coming up. Different experience when you're the big fish in the little pond, so to speak. It's a very close relationship. This is a little different, but it's very good, and we're happy with everything so far. Tap the vein, inject my brain, and let the poison flow. The world's just going to shit. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm getting it right now. You hear that? You hear that? This is no, it's me. It's probably my wife. I can't get in the venue. There's always something going on when I'm home. But this is exactly the answer to your question. This thing here, there it is again. This device is now attached to me, and my children will probably have this, chipped into their brain somehow. And you think I'm joking, but it's the truth. They'll probably chip this stuff, so you just get to go. How weird is that going to be? You're talking to someone all of a sudden. Hey, hold on a second. I got a call. Hey, what's up? Yeah, hold on, I'll call you right back. Okay, and then that's where we're headed. So the whole theme of the record is basically getting lost in the and seduced by technology, of course, and losing your humanity, toward everything's so video, and everything is instant gratification these days, and it's just going to get worse. So that's pretty much the main theme of the record, the technology becoming too allure, giant robots. We had a lot of fun making this record, of course. A lot of the fans out there, they don't really know how we are dynamically as a band. We're not one of those guys that's we're not tweeting all the time about hey, I took a shower today and I borrowed Romeo's shampoo. I got to clean my sock drawer out. We're just not those type of guys in this band, and ironically, we write an album that's exactly what that is. We're talking about all that, So Iconoclast is that, basically what I said earlier about it being the technology being too intertwined into us, and we're losing our humanity. Basically, that's the whole theme of the album. But we really don't tweet too much and talk about it and use the medium that we're criticizing. We're not really criticizing it, but it's kind of like a warning, if you will. Like this is what can go wrong. That's why the lyrics are: "You can be all you desire, an honest man, a vicious liar. Seek out the light or seek the dark." It's all about what you want to get out of the internet, because there's a lot of good things about the technology that's good, of course, being that Facebook is the big giant 800-pound gorilla that's going IPO, I think this week or whatever, everyone's talking about. There's good and bad. It has brought people together, and it has ruined millions of relationships. There's no doubt, because all of a sudden, there's this good and evil side of things. There's a plus and a minus to everything. I myself, I was able to reach out and get in touch with high school friends and stuff I haven't seen in a long, long time, and only because of Facebook was that even, possibility. So there's some good things there. You can reconnect in circles of your life, in circles that you've lost or lost touch with over the years, and that's where it's a great thing. But the negative side is it's, it's just there's just so much. There's a lot of people out there that are trying to hurt you, identity theft and all, and we deal with all that stuff in the record,
Come on, hit the switch, you son of a bitch! I'm devoured, broken too.
Yeah, it's pretty. It can be readily accessible. If you're careless, you can definitely end up with your information out there for the world at large. I mean, there's things where people just get your information because in this business, of course, I work with a lot of people, and the bus driver needs to know where I live to pick me up. You know what I mean? And these types of things. If that's the case, I mean, so you kind of, it can be leaked out, I guess. But it's if that's the case, it's usually somebody in the industry that's doing it. If, I feel very sorry for the man who betrays me. So it can be ugly in that regard. But you're trying to protect your family and stuff in this business, and that kind of information is very important to us as musicians, of course, because we're gone a lot, So yeah, it can be very, very, nerve-wracking, that kind of stuff. But again, I mean, dude, let's be honest. I mean, I'm not hanging out with Lindsay Lohan tonight, and on this one and that one, and not that I wouldn't want to, Lindsay, but the point is that I'm not this big celebrity person that has to sweat that stuff. I'm a singer in a metal band. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have fans like hey man, what's up? Dude, you got a beer? Can I have a beer? Yes, my friends. We just got by. I mean, most people are obviously they're intelligent. They're respectful, and especially Symphony X fans. They're very, very cool, so. But it does cross your mind that this type of information can get out there, and people have to be very cautious about what they do, what websites they go to. Everybody loves a cookie, but there's a certain cookie that you don't want to eat, and that's the cookies that are left on your computer from every website you ever go to. In case people don't know what cookies are. They're little bits of information about you that companies take and use, and they sell that to other companies because it creates a profile of things that you're interested in, and then marketing people can send you shit, pretty much. This has been around since the beginning of the internet, so now it's getting out of hand, and that's where the identity theft thing really started to come in from, was because of that information collection and hackers getting in there and getting these database information and then tweaking it and using it, getting credit card numbers, the whole nine. So it's a big evil, it's a big problem, and there's a lot of money spent to fight this, but it's somebody took my card and number and went to a Walmart and just went buck wild. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow, what can you really buy at Walmart for the amount of money that they spend? I'm like, seriously, dude, really, man? I was amazed. Of course, the bank was like, hey, is it? And I was on tour at the time, and so I mean, it happens, man. You got to be careful.
What's done is done. I'm dead inside.
Only when I'm really feeling frisky, and I've been away from the home front there for a long time. I go, oh, you mean like search something? Okay, I thought that was like a new thing. I want to try it. I want to Google myself tonight. Maybe we'll see. The Google thing I've been told about. You can Google anything that comes out about you. Yeah, you can Google alert. And I've set that up and. Yeah, I have Googled, get the Google alerts, about things, but I haven't really searched myself. I think I did that one time before it was, like, I guess trendy to do that, and it came out. I was like, wow, like whatever 100,000, hits. Obviously, there's not more Russell Allens in the world than just me, you know what I mean? So, but it was pretty wild, Once you started building that sort of like name thing on the internet, it was interesting, Then of course when you get the Wikipedia thing going on, it's like, wow, someone's actually taken the time to write down all this crap about me, and so it's a good feeling, and then it's like you said, like kind of like a scary feeling at the same time. It's like, wow, okay, so this is weird, it is a weird thing, but what are you gonna do about it? It is what it is.
I'm dehumanized. Don't you realize?
There's always but that's another band. But the truth is that you can sign posters and you can sign merchandise that the fan wants to buy. Look, man, people are always going to want a piece of it, and we know it, they know it, and that's how we survive. I mean, the digital stuff we get next to nothing on stuff like that. In most cases, it just adds to the pile. For the record company to recoup from us and everything like this. And the bottom line is that it's all about, like you said, the show, bringing the disc or bringing the thing to the show for us to sign. And in America, digital is very high. I think it's getting up into the 30s now, 30% and higher, if I'm not mistaken. So it is growing, like you're saying. In Europe, it's not as much. It's still single digits. So it's different. And Nuclear Blast, to talk about them again, they do a wonderful job of packaging and things like this and offering these really cool packaging mediums to give to the fans of all their bands. And we're working with them now to kind of get some stuff like that together, but like I said, it's a long arc of the album cycle with Symphony X and with Nuclear Blast, so we're looking forward to that. But without offering that kind of stuff, it's hard for the fans to really, it's hard to entice them to buy the physical copy if there isn't something special about it. If there isn't something, more pictures, more photos, a bonus DVD. You have to give more content in that medium in order for it to be viable. But the future, I think they need to do something. Honestly, I really wish they would come up, what would solve everybody's problems, go back to vinyl. Just go back to analog vinyl. It is the best quality of the music you can actually have. Vinyl is the complete analog signal. It's not digitally, crunched, and you have to have a record player to play it. You can always make a tape of it, of course, but to have vinyl, because no one making audio cassette tapes anymore, players and things like this, but to have a vinyl album, you get the full artwork. I wish this next generation of kids, would be able to at least experience, that on a large scale like we had growing up. I mean, it was that was when I was really small, like the vinyl thing was going out, and my mom and dad were buying those records on that medium because that's all there was. I was the CD generation, of course, and just like everybody today, but there was a time, when I was really young, I got my first Van Halen record, you know, on vinyl, you know, and I played the shit out of it, you know what I mean? And I had the old Kenwood speakers, and dude, there's just nothing like it, man, you know? The sound quality is just, if you're a music fan and you know, vinyl's the shit. I just wish the industry would just wake up and realize that, you know, sometimes going forward with technology, and this is the whole point of the record, isn't necessarily, just because you can, doesn't mean you should. You know, am I a dreamer? Yes, of course. Are they ever going to go back? No. But it would be cool if they came out with a new way that vinyl, or that medium of the actual disc that it's engraved on, gives you that signal, that pure analog signal, in a packaging and with a player that the industry can reinvigorate itself on. And it needs the help of the governments around the world, and it has to be standardized and all done at once, and then the industry can regrow again, because it's dying. You know, it's dying on the label side of things, and artists are struggling to get their music out. So it's a big problem, man, you know. But there's Russel Allen's solution. Vinyl, baby. V for victory. All right. Anyway. Yeah!
You can't break me, you unmake me, dehumanize.
No, not really. I mean, you know, it was a great time in my life. You know, I met my wife there. I have a lot of good friends there. It was something that I did when I first came out to Jersey, and I fell in love with the area. Obviously, I stayed. I settled down here. And that's is a fond memory for me. I loved the guys I worked with. You know, you get into the politics of being in a show like that, and that just sucks. If you get too deep into the politics of rock and roll, it fucking sucks too. You know what I mean? It just, you know, those parts of that aspect of my tenure there wasn't so fun. But you know, that's because I was involved in management and everything like this at one time. And, you know, when you're on that side of the fence, it gets a little weird. But I loved it there. I loved the show. I loved the guys. I loved you know, riding the horses and the camaraderie that we all had. So it was a good time in my life. I liked it.
Is this life worth the question why? Ooh.
The reason is because I just haven't finished the damn thing yet. I swear to you, I've been working on it for years. It's been something that I've been doing on the side when I haven't been working on with Symphony X, of course. And you know, now that I've got something else going on, you know, it's been really tough to get it done. And you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it at this point. I have to finish it. I want to finish it, but I'm not gonna rush it or compromise it for anything, just to say, oh, I need to get it done. You know, I mean, but at this point, I might as well just do it the best I can with it. It's a great record. Again, it's like Atomic Soul. It's a bit eclectic. You know, I don't have just one particular sound or style. I'm covering a lot of different stuff, but it has like it does have this classic rock feel at times, and then our classic metal feel, and that's just what I write. You know, that's what I like. You know, I like instant, you know, classics, man. You know, like I'm always in the writing process, you know, even with Symphony X though too, with the singing parts, but always looking for that thing that sounds like it was always there, you know, like it was always there. Like the song, you record the song and it sounded like you recorded it 10 years ago. In other words, it always sounded like it was supposed to sound like that. You know what I mean? So, and then to me, it makes sense. So, I'm still in the process of finding those magic things, you know, in certain aspects of the recordings. But I've done all the music; it's been recorded. Most of the singing, pretty much all the singing has been done. And then I've been in the process of trying to find engineers and you know, and figuring out what I'm going to do with it. I'm really close to finishing it, but I don't know if it's going to be able to be done this year. I don't know. You know, I'm hoping, but you know, we'll see. I got a lot on my plate, to say the least. You know. You know, I don't know what else to say other than that. I thank God I'm still here. I thank God I'm doing it, and you know, I'm in it for life, man. This is what I do, and thanks to people like you and all the wonderful fans out there that keep me going. It's a tough gig being away from my family, but I'm out there. I'm out here for them too. I'm out here for my kids, and I'm giving every bit of energy I have every night, and I'll always do that till the day I drop, just like all my heroes. Love you, Ronnie. Mwah. Yeah.